Traditionally, the US has used overwhelming firepower to even up the fight against greater numbers on their home patch. But Horsfall believes that it was exactly these types of weapons that weren't available to the Ranger Force.
They didn't have helicopter gunships. They didn't have rockets. They didn't have artillery and armor. And consequently, their decisions to carry out aggressive operations of this nature without those support elements actually made them a very, very weak force on the ground.
We asked for the AC-130 gunship. We had confidence in it. And we knew that if we got into a really bad situation, that could be really a deciding factor. We were denied that.
Requests to the US government for armor to be sent to Somalia were also denied.
Had we had a more robust vehicle, a vehicle with armor protection, we could have gone through those streets much faster and much safer. So they put us into this environment and then did not give us what we said was needed to do our mission there.
Without armor or heavy air support, the Rangers were forced to rely on more vulnerable and less offensively capable Humvees and Black Hawk helicopters.
Those decisions made at political levels didn't take into consideration the tactical effect on the ground.
Once again, US leadership had made a critical miscalculation of the scale of the task. It wasn't just those at the top who underestimated the Somalis' ability to mount such a large counterattack. Soldiers on the ground also made critical planning mistakes. The raid was designed to take less than an hour, so they left behind heavy body armor plates, night vision equipment, and even canteens of water.
It seems as if everybody had taken loss of their senses, but at the time it truly was thinking it was for the good of this mission. We'll be lighter, we'll be able to go.
I kind of looked at Jeff and I said, okay, what time is it? 2:30. I said, okay, how long do missions last? About 45 minutes. Okay, all right. Now, why are you going to take night vision goggles when it's a daytime mission? Bad idea.
Once the night came down, they were left as a very small force surrounded by an enemy with vastly superior numbers. And had they taken those night viewing goggles, they would have had an advantage that could have made a huge difference to the amount of casualties taken.
Now, we can reveal the chain of events that led to America's biggest loss of life in combat since the Vietnam War. 68 minutes to disaster. An elite assault force is sent on a raid into a hostile Mogadishu. Underestimating the Somalis, they run with a plan they've used before.
Go, 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 go!
40 minutes to disaster. Poor intelligence leaves them facing an enraged enemy who know they're coming. 20 minutes to disaster. The Somalis deliberately target American Black Hawk helicopters with RPGs.
61 is going down.
The troops defend the downed aircraft. Seconds to disaster. A second Black Hawk is hit. The ground troops can't defend both sites. They've been dragged into a street fight. They can't win. What started as a routine mission has descended into a desperate fight for survival. 18 US soldiers lie dead, and another 84 are wounded. The mission was militarily a success. The targets were captured, and huge losses were inflicted on Aidid's militia. But the Rangers' casualties and TV pictures of bodies being dragged through the streets forced the withdrawal of all American forces from Somalia.
When you're sending a group of American soldiers to a place like Somalia, which most Americans couldn't even find on a map in 1993, with the idea that they're, just doing this humanitarian gesture at the behest of the UN, there's a very low tolerance for loss of life in a mission like that.
The suddenness of the withdrawal left many in Task Force Ranger bitter.
I don't think there was a man there that wasn't angry and disappointed that we were being pulled out.
This particular time, on that particular day, it was the wrong call. And it's hard to look at a father of a soldier who's been killed on the streets and, try and make some sense out of it.
We knew that we would leave Mogadishu and always regret that we didn't accomplish our ultimate mission, which was to capture Muhammad Adi.
As good as we are, someone's getting killed. Someone's going to die. People are going to get hurt. People are going to be wounded, and you're going to lose folks. When you send them into a combat situation, it's going to happen. You better know that whatever it is that you sent them in there to go do is worth that to you, and that it's worth it to the nation.
Today, Somalia remains a battleground of rival clans and is still ravaged by famine. Despite continuing UN and African Union intervention, it seems no closer to a lasting solution to its many problems.
Brand new Seconds from Disaster examines a Chinook helicopter